Hi everybody, it's Jules by Jude. I have something a little different today. It is going to be candle tops from Body Works. Yep, Body Works. I love Body Works candles, and I was looking for some online today, and I happened to notice that they were selling lids on eBay, but I was looking for candles. So I want to tell you, when I saw them, I said, hey, you know what they look like? They look like stamps to me, something that I can use as an impression in my clay. And I wondered how many did I throw away, discard, and what a loss. But why were they selling them on eBay? I don't know. But they do sell on eBay if you're interested, just by themselves. So I did not check Amazon and other sites, but I did go to Body Works. And what I did was, I couldn't find the candles cheaper online, so I went to Body Works as I normally do. I used my sale coupons and I said, hey, Jessica, what's the chances of me being able to swap out these lids for the candles that I buy? And she says, Judy, you can't do that. I can't let you do that. I said, oh, okay. But I have a whole bunch in the back. And she gave it to me. So I thought, well, this is great. I'm going to go home and try it. And I did. And what I came up with was something that looks like this. Now I'm going to show you how I came to get and make a pendant like this from this one. Because Jessica would like to have a pendant made with this pattern, or part of it, because I explained to her that this would be kind of blingy, and she agreed. So let's get started. First of all, not all of the lids have these type of patterns, but some have snowflakes, some have other textures, and you're going to have to just give them a try. And I hope this probably is not going to do the upcoming pendants that I'm going to make out of this justice, but I did do a small preview of how the pattern might look and where I might want to imprint it. But of them, at this time, I went with this one, and I think it's beautiful right now. I have a few sanding issues. I might even glaze. I'm not positive it's baked, but I'm going to make one for you, and we're going to see what comes out and what it looks like. Okay, so I am going to do the one I've already tried and tested to be exactly the way I like it to come out. I'm going to squirt a little bit of water on the top. I'm going to put it around the center because I happen to be partial to that center. Now I still have some of the mica powder on me that I used on my trial pieces, and what I'm doing right now, it's not going to matter because it's the back, and the back is going to be attached to another piece of clay, so it's not going to matter but I must have gotten some still on my fingers. So what I'm doing is pressing this in. This pattern, I tried different ways of doing this, and so far, and it's not been a long time, so give me a chance, because I just got home today and did it. I mean, just right away. I just had this idea that popped in my head, and here we are. It's one of those things that I told you, I don't know where I'm going till I get there, and sometimes I still don't know. So, at this point, pushing the clay into the pattern, the texture pattern, the stamp. There's different ways of expressing the technique we're using. These got a little bit of bubbles is what I'm noticing too. That's why I'm I don't want that. I want the pattern to come out very nicely. As I said, I turned this over and pressed it into the clay. It did not seem to work as good as this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of moisture on my hands, just like this. You know, I just don't want the clay to stick to it and lift up, because I found that it did do that on one or two of my patterns. As you can see, that was sort of like that, so you might want to hold it down a little bit. It's really, you could do the whole top, which is not what my goal is here. My goal is just to get a pendant size pattern, and I'm shooting for the most attractive part to me. Lord knows everybody's taste is different, so you know, this might not be what type of pattern you might like, but they do have different textures, and I want to tell you that it's coming out, they're coming out fairly good. And the other ones I showed you were very quick examples of what might come out of something like this. Now if you see that came out pretty well for a texture plate. That cost me nothing. No money, guys. No money. Let me get this paper towel. Excuse me. But I do want to tap this out. Now what I want to do now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to place the back on there approximately now. I'm going to see. The back is a little small. I probably should have made that a little bigger, but I can tell where it is. And I'm going for the centerpiece. I hope y'all can see this because I put the camera in a new position. And I'm going to press this gently into there. And I'm going to use the cellophane wrap because I like the way it cuts down the sides and makes it almost like a cabochon immediately. Kind of like that. It impresses me a bit. Now, I'm going to just spread this out a little bit. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to press out the large circle, but maybe I might not do that. It's not quite large enough. I'm going with it, guys. Now, usually what you'd want to do is you'd want it to go around that, make it this and that. And I don't really have a desire to be too precise. I like that new word that's called organic that everybody seems to want to use, and it's what they want, I guess. But I just say doing it the way you want to do it, and I guess that means organic nowadays. The non-professional way. Okay, now, if you look at this, you will see that it is a kind of oblong looking figure. But I planned on that, okay? I wanted those two pieces to be together, and I wanted to get the bulk of my pattern out of there. Okay, because really what I'm doing is I'm going to go in here with even a smaller circle. Cutter, because that's really what I want. Now, it's small, it doesn't have all its little points in it and all that good stuff, and that's okay, because that's the way I like it. That's the way I want it. Now, what I'm going to do here is put on a little bit of the mica so you can see the depth in the impression that this design has left, and you'll see why I picked it. So here, what I'm describing to you is that, or explaining to you, is that what I said in the beginning of my videos is, let's do this as cheaply and as inexpensive as possible. Because you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. And these things will probably last me forever. And I'll guarantee you that they come out with new ones. And that's even better. I'm going to give Jessica one of the ones that I make. And not bribing the poor girl. Apparently, they probably have candles that come out that are broken. People return them, and I would assume that they just put the lids separately or something of those kinds. But I don't think it's not anything, you know, that's a big deal for them to have or to hang on to for you. They're not made out of any type of precious metals. They have no real value, and they probably don't even know what they're going to do with them. But I happen to catch them on a good day. I happen to notice that in the photos that I was watching on eBay, they weren't selling for anything terribly high, which is okay. And I'm looking for my, guess what, Swarovski crystal. And yeah, they weren't selling for high. So, I mean, if you don't go to White Barn or Body Works, or maybe you might even find a whole nother company that has these type of lids. I haven't even began to explore that avenue because that's how fresh my idea is. Now, is someone out there? I have no idea if anybody's out there doing. I'm looking for lavender, amethyst, Swarovski flat back to go in there, and I am not. I'm not being very successful. Give me the blue one again. What do you think? Yeah. Is that black? I don't think I want to do black. Black would not look good with it. So anyway, guys, I did do the home show, and I do have some good footage of that I'd like to share, because I'd like you to see how a larger show, better than a, I wouldn't say better than, bigger than a craft show looks. And so I can see them add little purple lavender pieces that just don't want to come out. There's one. I found one. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. There we go. There she sits. Now I'm looking for something. So I never have my specialty tool out. I showed you once before. I do use that though quite often when I'm doing and placing a lot of beads in one piece, which I'm not doing here. These are not all going on here. Okay. I'm just going to press down slightly with this. I'm going to bake it, and then I'm going to glue on the bail. On the other piece, I did not do it that way, and I still have some finishing products, some finishing, blah, 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 can't talk today, finishing to do on the piece. But I like this one too. I might give her a choice when it comes down to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it on my baking sheet, and I'm going to bake it for approximately 30 minutes on 200. It might be a little less than that, probably 20 minutes. I'll check it. I'll see how it comes out. And I'll probably place the bail just so I can show you how this kind of came out like this to my liking and why. I'll probably place the bail around the top where not all of the edging came out. And I do that sometimes on purpose because I know that that's going to lead up into my bail. And I'm okay with that. So some of these other pieces. These are very rough pieces. I'm not going to bake these. I'm probably going to redo these. I just wanted to show you that the impressions could come out on them quite easily and that you can use these as texture plates. So at this point, you guys, I want to say good luck. God bless. Have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.